2021 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning. I'm Gary Bell, President of the Board this year, and to my left is Vice President Commissioner Barb Lewis, and to her left and my left is Commissioner Jeff Benton, and our Administrator Mike Cromer, and our clerk today is Jennifer Walraven, Sarah DeNova, and Sarah, I think you're leading today, correct?
I hope so. Resolution number 21-235, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from a regular meeting held March 22nd, 2021.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-235. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-236, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA PR 0324.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-236. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-237, in the matter of approving an engagement letter between Delaware County and the Auditor of State's Office for the fiscal year 2020 audit.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. George Kaitza, Delaware County Auditor. Commissioners, this engagement letter is the standard letter that we have each year for our county audit, and it lays out the expected requirements from the county and also from the Auditor of State's office. It's a standard engagement letter, and probably the main question is that this fee is the same fee as we had for the 2019
It seems like we just did this, didn't it?
It does indeed. Yes. So I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any.
So it's an important part of the process to ensure integrity of everything and fully understand. Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-237. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners. And if I could take just a moment, I would like to announce that we have received an award from the Auditor of State for following the requirements of the Ohio Sunshine Law and for implementing 3 of the 4 best practices that are identified by the Auditor of State. And so that's called their STAR program for public records and sunshine laws. And so we just got notice that we're getting an outstanding achievement in open and transparent government.
Oh,
So I'm happy to announce that to all of you this morning.
That's been a big focus the last year.
Yes, it has been, absolutely. So we're very, very happy to get that
Oh, that's
notification.
great. Thank you.
Speaks
Yeah.
well of all the
Elected
and all the
officials,
departments.
absolutely, because each is required to follow their own public records, maintain their public records, and maintain
Great.
access to those records. So,
Very
Excellent.
good.
all right, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Resolution number 21-238, in the matter authorizing the fiscal year 2021 Target of Opportunity Cares Community Development Block Grant application to be filed with the Ohio Development Services Agency.
So moved.
I'll second that motion. Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Daly, Economic Development. This is just authorizing us to submit for the CDBG Targets of Opportunity grant. This grant will be the final piece in our, housing strategy. It's going to be more of a long-term effort. They'll be hiring 3 positions with United Way to be more long-term. There'll be 2-year positions. Hopefully that will allow us to best assist our community coming out of COVID more long-term. So I'm happy to answer any additional questions.
These are positions at United Way.
Yes.
They will be United Way employees, so there's no financial obligation on the county's part.
That is how I understand it. There'll be a subrecipient. We're really just passing through, similar to how we've done the other grants.
And if the grant funds don't continue, I trust that United Way understands that and they'd have to make adjustments.
Yes, they've been made aware that there'll be temporary positions through the grant and that they're more than free to continue with their own funds.
And I am on the board of United Way, and so I will abstain on this motion or resolution.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-238. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis has recused herself, and Mr. Merrill.
Thank you. Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Resolution number 21-239, in the matter of approving a public safety training agreement and addendum between the City of Columbus Department of Public Safety, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, and the Delaware County Sheriff's Office for sending Delaware County Sheriff Office cadets to the Columbus Police Academy.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Dean Stelzer, Sheriff's Department. This agreement is between Delaware County Sheriff's Department and the City of Columbus to send some of our new recruits to their academy. The tuition isn't cheap. It's about $6,000 a candidate, and they spend 4 or 5 months going through the whole training program. It's pretty important in the recruitment process. As you're aware, we're stepping up our efforts this year to really get some of our vacancies filled, because we've had a little challenge trying to fill positions. And we weren't quite sure. There's been a buzz going around about whether Columbus was going to actually cancel this academy and what effect that might have had on us or a lot of other jurisdictions, but they didn't. And so as far as we know, the July 1st class is starting. They do it twice a year, so there'll be another class later in the year, December, and we more than likely will be sending some recruits to that also. We have also refocused on trying to recruit candidates that have their certifications, and we do have a couple that we'll be hiring here that don't need to go through the academy. But we're trying to hire the best candidates, so sometimes it's necessary to get them trained. Entertain any questions you may have.
Other questions, comments?
No, I'm just
Sorry.
glad they're going ahead and that we're able to send our people. Yeah, it's important.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-239. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. Thanks, Dean.
Resolution number 21-240, in the matter of declaring personal property obsolete, unfit, or not needed for public use in the intent of selling such property via internet auction or disposal of property of no value.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this is for a dump truck that we previously had on site at Lower Scioto. We're looking to auction it off. It's a 1995 with over 300,000 miles on it and well past its useful life.
It still moves, huh?
I'm not sure about that.
It makes that a negative, but frankly, it speaks well of the county. We get maximum use out of the vehicles, and that's making good use of taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah,
So that's a good thing.
right.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-240. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-241, in the matter of approving a contribution in aid of construction agreement with AEP Ohio for electric distribution service in conjunction with the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
So this is an agreement with AEP to install the electrical service to our new Lower Elm Creek pump station. This is actually going to be done under that pump station contract and under that cost. The contractor will pay for it and then we'll reimburse them. It's just under $100,000. I think it's $99,712 to get that electrical service installed to that pump station.
I'm not sure it's under that contract. I'm not sure why we have to have a separate deal.
Yeah, I
but
guess
that's-
it's an agreement directly with AEP for them to install it, but then it'll be paid for under that project.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-241. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-242, in the matter of approving a contract with Rumpke of Ohio Incorporated for biosolids hauling and disposal services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
So this is our new biosolids hauling and disposal contract, since Renergy was not able to fulfill their obligation of their 5-year contract. Rumpke is who we are looking to get into contract with here today. We were very pleased with their pricing. It's actually just less than what we've been paying currently for hauling and disposal. It's $43 per ton currently, and will increase up to $49 per ton over the course of the 5-year contract. So it is just a little bit less than what we're paying right now.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-242. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-243, in the matter of awarding a bid to and approving a contract with Metropolitan Environmental Services Incorporated for liquid sludge hauling services.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
So this is just a backup contract to haul liquid sludge as needed. We're still currently waiting on our new tanker truck that was totaled last year. And in the meantime, are using this contract. And basically what it does, it hauls the liquid sludge from the package plants to the larger plants that have the dewatering equipment. The price on this is, it's like $1.50 less than what we're paying currently per hour. It's $128.45.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-243. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-244, in the matter of approving an easement agreement with Phyllis K. Bale and Richard E. Bale, co-trustees of the Warren E. Bale and Phyllis K. Bale Family Trust in conjunction with the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station Project.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
So this resolution, as well as the next one, are both for the easement as well as the work agreement across the Bale property. This is for the Lower Alum Creek Pump Station project. There's a trunk sewer that goes from basically River's Edge Drive all the way up to Bale Canyon Road, and there's a large portion that goes through the Bale property. In exchange for the easements, they asked for us to connect their homes to sewer. There's Richard's family home right next door to his mother's home, so we're going to connect those with a lateral. So that the next work agreement is for us to go on their property and connect those with a lateral.
Any questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-244. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-245, in the matter of approving a work agreement with Richard E. and Patricia R. Bale trustees and Richard E. and Phyllis K. Bale trustees in conjunction with the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station Project.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
So this is just the lateral portion and on the private property.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-244. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
And next we have Ms. Mag's presentation.
Okay, so this month's commissioners, or I guess county administrators' approval items that we've had for the development are shown up here on the map. Actually, we see a lot of the same ones that we saw last month, just kind of progressing through the different approvals. We'll start at the top with the Porsche. That had a plan approval as well as a subdividers agreement this month. And it's actually located at the corner of Orange Road and Old State Road. It's a 20-unit condo development. And then we go down to River Bluff. This is located over near Butts Road and Clarkshaw Road area. And what we did here is we previously were allowing them to put a temporary pump station in place until the neighboring property owner went forward. And then what we did is we kind of worked an agreement where they would provide a contribution in lieu of going forward with that gravity project that would then be provided at the time that that gravity project goes forward. They would decommission their temporary pump station. So we're pleased with how that went, and that's what the amendment is for. And we have the Smith Farm at Carpenter's Mill. This one is once again just progressing through. I think we had it as plan approval last month. It's a Pulte development near Stites and Rutherford Road. And then Woodcrest Crossing, this is section 2 has the 43 ERUs. Section 3 is 34 ERUs of the total 100 and I think it's 102 ERUs total for the entire Woodcrest Crossing area. Once again, they're just kind of progressing through the subdividers agreement status with that project. And then we have Evans Farm South. This is the 3-pillar Xenios project that's located just north of Lewis Center Road, east of Old State Road. It's like the one piece of Evans Farm that's east of Old State Road. It's 18 single-family estate lots. And then finally, the enclave at Abbey Knoll. This is located near Old State Road and Abbey Knoll Drive, 26 lots located in that area. Sewers have been accepted and they're ready to start moving on the housing there. So if you have any questions on any of those, they're very similar to what we saw last month, you know, the kind of the same projects progressing through.
That River Bluff phases, I mean, that must be beautiful land there.
It is,
overlooking
yeah.
the
There's,
river.
in the neighboring property, it's all wooded, you know, and it kind of backs up to their property
Uh-huh.
as well, so it is.
Oh, gee,
It's very nice.
that's
I think
great.
they're doing well on the sales out there, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah, gee. Thank you, Tiffany.
Sure.
It's really helpful.
Appreciate it very much, the
Great.
update. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
With that, I think it brings us to administrative report. So I know we're going to hear a very
I don't have anything
thoughtful
today.
presentation.
I don't have anything today. Nothing's going on.
That's thoughtful of you. Commissioner Lewis.
All right, I attended Bridges Community Action Partnership virtually last night, and a big plus was in Shelby County. There is actually a new shelter going up, which will house both men and women, and they found land that a church owned, but the church is moving, so they were able to buy that land. But it's really going to be a great help to those in the area. They will those who are very unfortunate and don't have a place to live will be able to get back on their feet by staying in this temporary housing. So that was about it.
Very good. Mr. Benton.
Well, we had a land bank meeting yesterday afternoon. It was a long meeting. There was a lot of very important topics, a lot of progress being made on a number of issues and properties. The big news is that we did authorize the land bank to sell the old jail to the Historical Society. And they put together, we had 4 outstanding bids, very well thought out, very well prepared, well documented, and quite honestly, the Historical Society was the best. They really put a lot of thought into it. They have the resources, they have the experience with their board, and so on to fund it, to make sure it does get fixed up as it needs to be. And they've got some great plans on how they're going to use it. And I just think it's an outstanding fit for this campus,
It really,
if you will.
boy, it really
Yeah.
will be.
And they really passionately wanted it, and
Uh-huh.
they put together a great proposal, and they will be excellent stewards.
Mhm.
And it's great that the community can use it as a semi-public facility, and they'll have all
Sure.
kinds of events and other things that they will be used for. So again, great news there. Regional planning's tonight. We've got a legislative update tomorrow. A lot going on at the State House, new General Assembly session, so a lot of things moving along. And then the Investment Committee this morning, we had a very interesting Investment Committee, a couple presentations, one by Fifth Third, talking about how we can do better with managing our portfolio and improve the yields significantly, and then also talking about the various bond funds that are being proposed in partnership with the Treasurer, Finance Authority, Land Bank, and the Commissioner's Office, and an advisory board to oversee it. So a lot going on there. I want to commend Treasurer Ranke for submitting these ideas, these proposals, and they're very interesting, and so look forward to continue to work on them.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Very good. I'll got 3 or 4 things. Some of it's going to sound a little redundant, but again, the price of going last. I thought the investment committee meeting this morning, as I was a spectator, not part of that committee, but I thought it was very informative. I do think there's still some work to be done, some T's to cross and I's to dot, but that'll occur over the next few weeks. And I think I certainly have a few questions I still need to get my arms wrapped around. course, the annual meeting is tomorrow, so I will miss the legislative meeting tomorrow afternoon virtually. Of course, it actually is going to be in person. The board members will be there in person. All the other participants will be there virtually, but the board members will be there, so.
You meet
it's
at CCAO then?
Corsa meeting.
The Corsa meeting
Yeah.
at CCAO
It's
building?
the annual meeting tomorrow afternoon, 1 to 3.
Okay, okay.
So
Oh,
that's
good.
why they can't make the legislative meeting at 1 o'clock. Just to follow up on Mr. Benton's comments regarding the land bank, in fact, I made this statement yesterday when we had made our comments. All 4 of these bids were thoughtfully prepared, well done, and I think we could say that the county would have been pleased with any of them, but there was no question the Historical Society had an exceptional bid, a strong desire to have this property under their control. And it does 2 things. One is best property, best contract for the benefit of the taxpayers, and the best goal for the county maintaining historical viability, the thing that they take very seriously, and the jail certainly fits into that. So I personally, I'm very excited about it. I think the committee was very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the progress and hopefully getting that contract finalized in the next few weeks. Try to read my writing here. That Monday afternoon, I have a meeting with Tim Bubb we're going to do our planning for the June Central District meeting.
Oh.
So you may see Tim Bubb here in the afternoon with a couple of other people that will be involved in that. And with that, I have nothing else, but I do believe we have executive.
We do. Resolution number 21-245, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or public official to consider the sale of property at competitive bidding for collective bargaining, for security arrangements and emergency response protocols.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-245. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
With that, we are now in executive